Hey guys, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. On a serious note, guys, I saw where some of you were unsure or uncertain as to how a 25K note will be replaced by a 25 note. And I'd like to touch on that with you guys, okay? Because I think that's a very important step or piece of this that needs to be understood, okay? And here's kind of what that is. So when the rate does change, okay, a rack will be replacing lower, smaller denoms while they still have large 3-0 notes in circulation, okay? So they'll have large 3-0 notes and smaller notes, which will be 1 through 100 dinar, along with coins. Notice how today they do not have coins in circulation, okay? So, now here's one thing you need to fully understand that, and you need to comprehend and understand this. Let's use Iran as an example in this, okay? Notice how Iran recently, they did a full kind of a direct replacement of their of the Iranian rial, and they replaced that with the new Toman, okay? And they full on deleted zeros. But guys, here's what you have to understand in that. Because of what Iran did, what they do is they canceled out the rial and replaced it with the Toman, okay? That's what you have to understand. That's what Iraq is not doing. Both the large 3-0 notes and the new smaller notes are all still deemed as IQD. Nothing's replacing anything, nothing's being canceled out, okay? What will happen over a period of time is the large 3-0 notes will be removed and withdrawn from circulation over a period of time, okay, and then eventually they're going to be replaced with the smaller notes, which will be, again, 1 through 100 plus coins, dinar, okay? Now let's talk about that for a second, okay? So basically the easy way to understand this, guys, is when the rate changes, you're going to have large 3-0 notes. You're going to have two different currencies sharing the exchange rate. You're going to have the notes that you and I have today in circulation, and then the new smaller dinar, the lower dinars, will both share and utilize the same exchange rate. It's that simple, okay? So that's the main part in this you have to understand. Now to dive a little deeper into this, let's talk about the current notes in circulation and how they're going to, you know, eventually kind of be phased out and replaced by smaller notes. So today Iraq's got a 50,000 note. A 50,000 note becomes a 50. A 25K note will be replaced by a 25. Okay. A 10K note becomes a 10. A 5K becomes a 5. A 1K becomes a 1. Okay. But then the smallest notes today in circulation are the 500 and the 250. Those become coins. Any current notes in circulation below a 1,000 become coins. Okay. So the main part in this to understand is that the large 3-0 notes are also going to will be in circulation at the exact same time as new smaller denoms. Both will be sharing the exchange rate. Now, let's talk about something that's happening in Iraq though, guys. Going kind of from the middle of last year, around the middle of last year, Iraq came out saying, hey Iraqis, please come into the banks. We want you to come into the banks. We want you to open, you know, bank accounts, come in and deposit your dinar, okay, and we're gonna pay you really high interest rates ranging, I don't remember the exact numbers, guys, it was somewhere from like 5 to 10%, okay? It's somewhere in that window. I don't know the exact, nor do I care, because it doesn't really matter, but regardless, they were using these high interest rates when on the accounts to get the citizens, because here's the thing, there's only one way, this is actually an important step to understand this. There's only one way the Iraqi citizens can actually get rich from this event, and they have to, in order for the Iraqi citizens to get rich, they must keep and retain 3-0 notes. Once they go to a bank and turn them in, they can no longer get rich. That's why on December 20th, they implemented the squeeze step of devaluing the currency to get the citizens to turn in their 3-0 notes. Because once they turn in the 3-0 notes, they can no longer get rich. Their bank accounts will automatically adjust to the rate change. Okay, so say in their bank account, say they had a 25K note in their bank account, their account will automatically readjust from 25K down to 25. It'll be an automatic adjustment step on their bank account. Okay, that's why the government of Iraq again was persuading these citizens to turn in their 3-0 notes, okay, and come in and open bank accounts at higher interest rates. And again, on December 20th, they devalued the currency to implement a squeeze step to get the citizens to turn in, to kind of force them and kind of bleed the dinar, bleed the citizens by increasing the cost of goods and services through the step of devaluing the currency. Again, that was a tool. It was a 90-day tool to get 3-0 notes turned in. Okay, so there you guys go. A 25K note will be eventually, and initially, when the rate does change, again, just kind of recap on this, when the rate does change, you're going to have two currencies in circulation together at the same time. You're not going to have, Iraq's not going to do what Iran did and replace the IQD with a new currency, which actually cancels it out. They're going to have two currencies together in circulation at the exact same time, sharing the same exchange rate. And to prove and confirm that step to you, that's why the government of Iraq, okay, has worked or is working directly with the citizens of Iraq and getting them to and persuading them with higher interest rates, as well as devaluing the Iraq dinar, okay, to get them to turn in their 3-0 notes. Okay, it's just a step, nothing more. Okay, that's how they're getting the citizens to turn in their 3-0 notes, because the only way they can get rich off this is by them keeping and retaining their 3-0 notes. So there you guys go. That's how this process breaks down. Now the reason, this will put the icing on the cake for you guys. The main reason why they're doing this, guys, okay, again, two sets of notes will be in circulation at the same time, sharing the exact same exchange rate. They're just not going to do what Iran did and release a new, different currency that cancels out the old one. That step is not going to happen. And the reason why Iran had to do this, guys, is it's based on their inflation. That's like, you guys hear me keep stressing to you, inflation. When a country has very high inflation, remember Iran had very high inflation because of these sanctions that the Trump administration had put on the country of Iran. That's why they deleted the 4 zeros and had one currency to cancel out another, okay? Again, it's based on inflation. Iran's inflation, guys, is probably, I haven't looked at it in a while, so I'm gonna be close, but maybe a little wrong. It could be like 30 to 50%. That's why Iran had to do what they did and replace the rial with the toman. Okay, guys, Iraq's inflation right now is probably anywhere from like 5 to 8%. It's below 1%. And because of that, Iraq does not need to do what Iran did. Again, it's purely based on inflation. You might want to take the time to research and review Iran's inflation compared to Iraq's. That's why Iraq is increasing their exchange rate and not simply, see, Iran never increased their exchange rate. They just deleted zeros and canceled out notes. Iraq's not canceling out notes, and they are increasing their exchange rate. That's kind of the main root in this. So anyway, guys, there you go. God bless you guys, and have a great day. Take care.